I'm not average. I like spending money, my addiction gotta have it. Gucci on my ankles, I'm a gangster in the fashion. Ain't no speaking when we creeping, so the streets don't know what happened. You eat but you don't feed none of your people while you bragging. I stay patient.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to thank y'all for all of the love, all the subscribers, all of the comments. If you ever have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. I do reply. But this, thank y'all so much for this video that y'all been begging me for. So I did freeze them so that you will be able to screenshot them. I don't know the specific names and I'm not finna read them little ass letters. But I use 1 scoop of bleach for closures and 2 scoops of bleach for frontals. I don't necessarily measure how much developer I put in, but you want to make the consistency like cake icing. You don't want it too runny and you don't want it too thick to the point that it won't rub on the lace, but you just want it to be able to glide on the lace, not fall through and not stick. You want it to just lay there. So I am going to be showing you guys how to bleach and pluck a frontal and a closure so that I don't have to go through this ever again. But if you don't know the difference, a frontal is from ear to ear and a closure is 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, or 7x7, which means you can only part it in that certain space that you have. I be trying not to do so many voiceovers, but I don't have no choice. So when you apply the bleach to the frontal or closure, the lace period, I only put it on the hairline and then in the middle or on the side, wherever they're going to get their part, because you don't want to bleach the whole frontal. It's just a messy process. You never know what they want to do with it. So just allow your client to have the flexibility. So don't go in and bleach their whole lace. It's unnecessary. That's how your shit should look. I don't really time how long I keep it on there. I just watch it. And once you see it starts to look blonde, you want to immediately take it off, because once you allow the blonde to continually come through, it's now dyeing the hair and not the knots. Once the knots are blonde, you do not have to keep the bleach on there.
We trying to down them now. Water, bitch, I'm bound to drown. I need to calm it down. Mask up, he get lost and found. We can go pound for pound.
You're just going to allow the bleach to come off through the lace. Sometimes I do have to flip the wig inside out so that I'm not, getting bleach all throughout the wig or whatever. But the bleach should come straight through. And if you keep the hairs from outside of the sink or wherever you're washing it at, then the hair should not get in contact with the bleach at all. This was a light brown wig from Amazon, so the knots were a little bit thicker. So it does take a little bit more of a higher water power, or a little bit more work than an HD lace would. But it's still easy and it comes off super easy. Just take your time. So now to the motherfucking plucking. These are the tweezers that I use. They are slant tip, I believe. They were $1 at my beauty store. I'm not really sure of the brand, but I hope you guys can find one like mine.
I do not clown around. I fed 1,000 miles, spin his block.
So I do pluck all of my wigs while they are wet, and I do section off the part before I go in and pluck. And the reason I pluck while it's wet is because you don't want to just break off hairs. You want to actually take the hair out of the lace. You don't want to just break it off. Like sometimes you gotta just go in and pluck and you're snagging hairs and it's not necessarily coming out the lace. It's just looking less dense because it's not hair there anymore. But you have to actually pull the knot out of the lace. And I'm not doing this motherfucking voiceover again. So the girls that get it, and the girls that don't, you're just a fucking lame. But everybody has a different hairline. Here go a few pictures of some unique hairlines so that you guys can get the picture. But I customize all of my wigs to everybody's hairline. Whatever my client hairline looks like is what I customize it to. So December has a widow's peak, so I give her wig a widow's peak. I go in and section off. I call that the baby hair section. You don't want to automatically just go in and start plucking the wig because you'll create bald spots, or technically you'll just be pushing the hairline back. You want to actually pluck where the hairline will be, and then you pluck your baby hairs. Because if you just go in and pluck your baby hairs, then you won't have enough baby hairs, and then when you take out the baby hairs, there won't be any plucking behind the baby hairs, so you'll have a dense hairline with thin baby hairs. You don't want that. Y'all see the difference. Don't play with my hands. So the key is to pluck it like it's already on their head. So I don't like using the wig stand because it doesn't give me full access. I like power, and you need pressure to really snatch them hairs off the lace. You want to snatch that shit out. And if you really pay attention, I'm just literally going in and singling the hairs out. Not creating bald spots, not patches, but singling each hair out instead of having 5 hairs inside of one hole. You want literally 1 hair in each hole. That's how they start in the beginning, and then they start to get bulkier behind the hairline. So that's why we say, you know, you got to go in and pluck behind the hairline. But that's what I mean. You have to single the hairs out. That's literally all you're doing when you're plucking, is singling the hairs out.
Same eyes that I look to. When I was in it was the same eyes that looked in mine and lied to me. You can't even talk to me. You got so much love for me. You got different sides of me. Man, I promise you got lucky. I put it all on the line.
So at this point, it should not be any gaps. Not gaps, just single hairs. That's all you want, is to single the hairs out. Yes, you're doing the same thing with the edges. You don't want to go in and pluck too much because you actually want to have some baby hairs for your edges. But you're going in and just singling the hairs out.
Yeah, my heart to you, why I do that? Make me fall for you, why you do that? Oh, how did things sense when we do that? No one gets to me like you can. You get with me, and I let you get to me.
All I did was go in and hot comb the hairline back, and that's how your shit should look. Yeah. Now onto this big, dusty fucking frontal.
I just feel so stupid, I really got used to this. We've been so strong for so long.
This how I measure my middle part. It makes sense to me. Just don't mind me. Just do what you want to do.
I trust you until I can't trust you. You ain't let me gain that back. How can I love you? But girl, I still love you and I still took you back. That ain't even me, I ain't like that. But you got me different and you got my heart missing. Let's be realistic, I gave you a...
And if you know my work, then you know my widow's peak is my little signature. The girls love it. Yeah. So I go in and I rip that them little pieces of hair that's in the way, just being dumb.
I let you get to me.
And when her hair falls in the middle part, you want it to look like it's coming out the scalp exactly like that. Yeah, that's a real hairline. You go in and part off your baby hair section, and it's time to get to it. Gotta make sure them hairs is moist. And then you always want to make sure that the hairs are out of your way so that you actually see what you're plucking. Like I said, you don't want to just be going in and breaking hairs off because it might not necessarily be coming out of the lace. You want the hairs to come completely out the lace. So yes, you pull it out. Don't be scared to pull it out. Don't pluck the lace, pluck the hair. Focus on one section at a time. Y'all be doing too damn much, and that's why y'all shit be looking all sporadic and unorganized and shit. You need to go in there and take your time. I'm only going through one piece at a time, make it less dense, and then at the end, if I see any spots that look a little bit denser than the others, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pluck that shit too. Take your time. Plucking is a lengthy ass process. I really hate when my clients don't bring their wig days before the appointment, but if they don't, you just take your little time. Just take your time. Don't rush it. It takes a long time to get to the point where you want to get to too. And also, you're going to go through different techniques. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. But this is what I do, and this is what I'm going to teach you. And if you ever find anything else that helps you, you can help others.
You get with me, and I let you get to me.
If you pay attention, you can see how I'm making sure the hairs are out of the way. This is ensuring that I'm actually plucking the hairs out of the lace, not plucking the lace and not ripping hairs out.
I just feel so stupid, I really got used to this. We've been so strong for so long. While you doing this, you know I would treat you better than all of them niggas you been messaging. I trust you until I can't trust you. You ain't let me gain that back. How can I love you? But girl, I still love you and I still took you back. That ain't even me, I ain't like that. But you got me different and you got my heart missing. Let's be realistic, I gave you attention and gifts and all the love that 20 had. So don't act like the problem's that.
Child, the difference. Y'all girls that don't pluck your wigs.
You let them have us, I'm mad 'cause I let you get to me.
So now for the last baby hair section, you're gonna comb them hairs back and you're gonna single out them hairs. I'm not gonna keep telling y'all the same thing. Just pay attention to what I do, not to what I say.
Ay, yeah. Ay, gave my heart to you, why I do that? Made me fall for you, why you do that? Oh, hiding things since when we...
To make it look as natural as possible, you only want to go back like 2 finger spaces when you're plucking. I've been doing it for a while now, so I know like when to stop myself. But if you need to, use your 2 fingers to make sure you're not going farther than those 2 fingers. When you look at your natural hairline, your hairline is only dense behind your baby hairs.
Can't even talk to me, you got so much love for me, you got different sides of me, man, I promise you got lucky. I put it all on the line, trying to make sure that you're still mine. But I got tired of the line, I gotta heal this broken heart of mine. It's all on my own, and you're the reason why it's broken. This is why the chest that hides my heart is never open. How could you hurt me? I kept you nailing your toes too clean for you to do me this dirty. I'm crying to heaven, the system one better, I'm praying that the Lord gave my heart to you. Why I do that? Make me fall for you, why you do that? Oh, hiding things since when we do that. No one gets to me like you can. Oh, I let you get with me, and I let you get to me. I need you respect in the streets, getting played like a fool, and the joke's on me.
I went in and hot combed my girl, and look at her. Ready for the answer. Yeah, if you learned some tips from me, let me know in the comments. I be wanting to know. And this is how the motherfucker burner came out. Cold-blooded, wet lace. And then wait, y'all. Her lash tech sent me this motherfucking picture. Do y'all see this lace? It's a masterpiece. And then, yeah, another masterpiece. This was the closure wig that I plucked previous to plucking the front of. but y'all get it. If y'all don't, too damn bad. But this is gonna be coming out soon, and so is a video with December, because I know y'all miss my girl. But thank you for watching as always. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and like this motherfucking video. Thank you guys. Bye.